In this video, we're going to enable the sign out button, and when user taps on sign out button, we will clear the access token and user ID from the keychain, and then take user back to the very first page, which is in our case the sign in page. So when I tap on the sign out button now, we call a function and we simply print sign out button tapped. So let me stop the application and go to the homepage controller, the protected page, and here's our function sign out button tapped. So when this button is tapped, we want to remove everything that we have on the keychain and navigate user back to the sign-in page. Okay, and the way we remove things from the access from the iOS keychain is using keychain wrapper. So I'm pasting here the two lines of code. The very first one is to reference keychain wrapper and then remove the value for which is stored under the key access token, and the second one is to remove the value stored under the key user ID, and it's giving me the error because I need to import the keychain wrapper. So I'm going to import it here, import Swift keychain wrapper, and the error should go away now. Okay, so once the keychain is cleared and we do not have access token and user ID, when we run our application, the app delegate will trigger the function did finish launching with options will be triggered, and the value of access token will be empty, and user will go straight to the initial view controller, which is in our case sign in page. See this arrow? That means initial view controller. Okay, so let's go back to the home page. So we've removed the sensitive information like access token, user ID, but now we need to navigate user to the home page, and the way we do it is very similar. We do already have this in the sign-in page, so I'm pasting a code here. So we are creating instance of view controller with identifier. This is the view controller that we want user to take to. So, and in our case, it is a sign-in view controller. So let's go to the main page. And this is the sign-in view controller that we want user to navigate to. And I will open this view controller in the right side panel. So this is the right side panel. If I go to identity inspector, we have a custom class and identity storyboard ID, all of the same value. So I'll copy this identity storyboard ID and I'll go back to my home page. So I will need to instantiate view controller, which is called sign-in view controller. This is the page I want user to navigate to when the sign out button is tapped. Okay, and then I simply refer to the app delegate, and then from the app delegate I can refer to window object, and then I can set the root view controller of my current window object to the page I have instantiated from the main storyboard. And this is it. So when the sign out button is tapped, we clear the keychain and then we take user to the page we want to. Okay, so let's start this application and test it. So initially it should go to the protected page right away because we have signed in, and the value of the access token is not empty. So you see that the user is taken to the home page. But now when we click on sign out button, let's go to home page and put a breakpoint here. Now when we tap on the sign out button, the sign out button function is triggered, and if we play it line by line, now the access token and user ID are removed, and if I play it, user will be taken to the sign-in page. So here we are. Okay, so now if I stop this application and run it again, user will not be taken to the home page anymore, but straight to the sign-in page. And this is because there is no longer access token value stored in the keychain, and the app.delegate function did finish launching with option doesn't see it. When it tries to read it, the access token is nil, and user is not taken to the homepage view controller, but rather to the initial view controller, which is in our case sign in view controller. So this is it for the sign button. Let's continue.